Hello, so we are now in Module 2 of the subject Foreign Language. In this module, we will discuss about the Japanese syllables. So one of the first things you will learn in studying Japanese is that they use a syllable-based writing system. They also use kanji in everyday writing, which they borrowed from China. But their syllabalization says something about how they view the spoken language. In their syllabic writing system, either katakana or hiragana, each character represents one syllable, and the syllables are represented to people in the Western world as in Table 1. So, for example, the word for man is hito, which is simple combination of hi and to. And the word katakana can readily be broken into 4 syllables, ka-ta-ka-na. So let's back to the table number 1. It almost makes sense to the Western speaker, but there are few odd syllables. Why? For example, does the third column under the H row become fu instead of hu? Just like in ka, kiku, keko. But in ha, instead of ha, hi, hu, we use fu. Okay? And how does ta mutate into chi and tu instead of ti and to? Just like again in ka, kiku, keko. Instead of ta, ti, tu, the Japanese sounds use the chi and tu. Okay? So now let's proceed to pronunciation of the Japanese alphabet. Japanese has 2 phonetic alphabets known as we have discussed earlier in our and also in our previous module, the hiragana and katakana. These were invented to better fit the Japanese language instead of depending on the Chinese character like the kanji. So this is the example of a Chinese character, we also known as kanji, the traditional writing system of the Japanese. So each character of the phonetic alphabet represents a syllables, a unit of sound. Again, there are 2 phonetic alphabets, hiragana and katakana. The hiragana and katakana alphabets both have 46 basic characters and share the same sounds. So hiragana is used in every Japanese sentence in conjunction with kanji. Katakana, on the other hand, is mainly reserved for foreign names and loan words. Since these 2 alphabets are phonetic, anything you can say in Japanese, you can write down using these characters. While you're still familiarizing yourself with hiragana and katakana, it might help to take a look at the romaji. Again, romaji is the romanization of Japanese words using Latin script that is the same letters that we use in English. So romaji is read the same way as you would read a text in English. Of course, you will be needing the Japanese pronunciation though. Again, in the Japanese dictionaries, entries are placed in alphabetical order, just like in English. However, the alphabetical order in Japanese is quite different. So, the 46 hiragana character and katakana characters are shown in this table in alphabetical or dictionary order. So, in this table, the characters are read from left to the right, beginning from the top to the row. Okay, so we read like a, I, u, e, o. Then ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. So Japanese pronunciation is easy. The most important pronunciations are those of the 5 vowels. So these are 5 vowels. Nearly every other syllables consists of a consonant and one of these vowels, so as long as you can distinguish these 5 clearly, you will be alright. Again, there are 3 writing systems used in Japanese language: hiragana, katakana, and kanji. The kanji use the Chinese character that has more or less 2,000 Chinese characters, which is very difficult to study and to understand. There are almost 2,000 Chinese characters. But today, the Japanese use the hiragana and katakana for their conversation and also in writing their letters or messages. So again, hiragana and katakana have the same pronunciation or have the same sounds, but they differ into the writing style. So thank you for listening for this module 2, Japanese syllables. Don't forget to answer the post test. Thank you.